Hey, we're back. Life Skills. We're back on film. We were hoping that we were going to be live this week, and we just felt that because of we're kind of shutting down a little bit more as a county, we better back off for a little while. So it won't be long though, because we really know how important it is to get back live. Because I really want to hear your stories. I want to hear your enthusiasm about what's happening in your lives, how things are changing, and Life Skills is kind of the heartbeat, and of this organization. We are going to get back to it, but for now, you got us on film, and that's okay. We're talking this week about professionalism and playing the part, and just doing the right thing at the right moment so we can move forward. It's a long time ago. I remember hearing, and I thought it was crazy, but I've learned it's really true. It's not really what you know, it's who you know. It's really how you come across. It's that relationships you have. It's your attitude that gets you further along in life. A lot of people say, I want to be a leader, but you can't be a leader until you are a good follower, until you step up and you do the next right thing. And that will put you in place to become a leader. So you're going to enjoy this session. I was really intrigued with how our guest speaker went through his presentation. I think you'll really enjoy it. I hope you'll watch it all the way through. I'm not sure that Susan will be on at the end of this one, which is fine, but we are going to get back to Life Skills just as soon as we possibly can. And again, know that even though we can't see you in person, we care about you, and we know you're there, and we really want you to be successful, and we want you to learn how to be professional in the way you treat everything in life. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Hi, I'm Demi DeSoto. I'm a local librarian at an elementary school. Today we're going to talk a little bit about professionalism, being a professional versus professionalism. What's the difference? It's kind of hard to tell because I use the term loosely sometimes. And being a professional, you think of a doctor, a lawyer, somebody who has a college degree, but that's not necessarily being professional. And that's what we want to talk about a little bit today. Being professional, you identify yourself, okay? It's how you carry yourself. When you talk to people, are you looking directly at them? Are you speaking clearly and slowly so they can understand you? Are you making your point in ways that they can follow along what you're saying? And you're sitting there going, wow, what does all that mean? It's like, okay, when you meet somebody, do you look them in the eye? When you shake their hand, you extend your hand and you shake your hand. And when you talk to them, do you say things in a nice fashion, slowly and in order so they can follow you? That's all part of being professional, and just a little part. All the jobs I've had over the years, I've danced in a bee costume out on the street pointing to a restaurant, to cracking concrete, to mowing lawns, to being a librarian, to being on television. In all of those, a lot of these kind of things about being professional is the same. It doesn't matter if you're in a bank and you have to wear a suit and you have to be formal and it's in a big building and you have to wear like a suit and a tie and a jacket. Some jobs, you can get away with not having to wear the jacket and you can just wear a shirt and a tie. I worked at Mervyn's. I sold clothes. I didn't have to wear a jacket, but I wore a tie. I still did the same things. I still talked to people the same way. It's about knowing who you are. It's about having the confidence in yourself to say, hi, my name is Demi. How are you? How can I help you? One of those things like that. So the jacket's not always everything. The tie's not either, and we'll talk about that in a second. But professionals and people who are professional, you have to acknowledge who you're talking to, why they want to talk to you. What can you do? What are you going to give them? Okay? Know in yourself who you are and what you bring to the table. And so when you're meeting with somebody, you can bring that and it comes across. If there's something, if you're trying to get a job in a field that you know something about and you have some expertise, identify that expertise. Let them know. Give yourself credibility, not bragging, but just in how you speak to people. Talk with authority. It's very simple. The communication is a big part of it. The very word professionalism implies that you're an expert. Okay, and that doesn't necessarily mean because you're a lawyer or a doctor or a very high paid position or whatever. You could work at a gas station, filling cars, but you're quick to help the customer. You greet them, you say hello, you're pleasant, you ask them for the information that you need, on what they would like. You talk to them, you get their order, and then you fulfill the order, the request, the job, the task, whatever it is that happens in that interaction. In a job interview, they're going to be asking you questions. Don't get nervous and lower your head and break your eye contact. Continue to just be yourself. That's all you have to do, no matter how formal it is. And if it's a business or something that you know a trade or an industry or you want to get into an industry, act that way, pursue that way, be yourself. That's the biggest thing you can do. If you're in a job, being professional is, do you show up for work on time? That's very important, not only from the perspective of your boss, but for your time card. Because if you're punching in and out and you're showing up late, you're going to get docked pay. And you could get some problems with HR by having tardies and absences and things like that. Being on time, being professional, being there when you're there is very important. You know, when you're in a work environment, whether it's a gas station, a concrete mill, a grocery store, or whatever, it's like, you know, there's a protocol that the company has to have. People have to park in a certain place. You have to punch in at a certain time. You have to dress a certain way. Like, you know, a bank, you wear the coat. In other businesses, retail stores, you know, if you work in some retail store, maybe you have to wear a shirt and tie. Maybe you wear a polo tie. There's certain expectations. When you get past that, the professionalism still comes down to the next level. Because you could take off the shirt and tie and just have the shirt and still be just as professional. It doesn't change who I am. It doesn't change how I interact with you. But now, yeah, I feel more comfortable. I'm not as stiff and proper, but it's still the same. And you can do that too. It's all inside of you. You have to gain that confidence in yourself. And as you do, one of the ways is be true to yourself. Don't be phony. Don't try to fake impress people. Do what say what you're going to do, and then do what you said you're going to do. And that people will respect you for that. When somebody says to me, oh, I need you to do this task and I need it by tomorrow at 5. They know in me, because I'm dedicated, that I will get it done, and it'll be done on time, and it'll be done on budget, and it'll be done to their satisfaction or the customer's satisfaction. Because a lot of time, any kind of job you're in, you're doing something for somebody. And that person has an expectation, whether you're washing their car, bagging their groceries, building their house, painting their wall, you know, checking out their groceries, whatever it is, that person is sitting there constantly basically evaluating you. And you have to be aware of, you committed to something, stick to it, do the best that you can, deliver it on time, and do it with a smile. As we kind of look at that, you know, you engage in conversation and communication. And communication is so, so important. And I've been in communication positions. I mean, I've been on television, I've been in radio, I've been on Table Rock Sports and all that, where the whole thing was communication. And sometimes communication is not easy for people. I mean, sometimes people are shy. Sometimes people are nervous. Sometimes people don't have confidence in how they speak or what they can give. But you have to gain that through practice. Talk to people. Try practicing interviews. If you have a mentor, talk with them and let them help you. And so what it does is it helps you to communicate effectively. And that doesn't mean you have to be an expert or that you've read every book in the library or that you can speak like a college professor. It's that, you know, when you look at somebody in the eye and you talk to them and they listen to you, they understand what you said, they follow what you said. So that communication is very important. You know, and in that, I consider good communication as just good manners. I mean, it's like when I'm talking to somebody, I'm not looking down on my phone like, yeah. It's like, no, put your phone down, talk to them, look at them in the eye. It's that simple. And, you know, the good manners comes with that and what they consider etiquette. You know, when you come in and you're talking to somebody, you don't slouch down and stand, you know, uncomfortable like that. You stand up tall. You shake their hand, you extend your arm and you extend your hand out and you shake it firm. Look them in the eye, speak effectively to them. You know, and above all, you don't want to get caught not telling the truth or finding yourself, because that becomes a very slippery slope. If you try to cover this or you try to pretend this or you try to sound better than you are or something like that, somewhere you're going to slip down the way and somebody's going to notice that. And it's like, oh, this guy's kind of not telling me the truth. And so there becomes something that's kind of a negative on you. So always be honest. You know, that's the one thing I could say. My wife, in my 30 years of marriage, is like the most honest woman. She never would do anything. I mean, not even at the grocery store, take a grape on the thing and eat it. I mean, it's like she says, I never have to worry about anything. I drive the speed limit. I don't break any laws. I don't try to hurt anybody. I don't gossip about anybody. You know, just be honest and good, and you'll find yourself having a much happier life. If you don't speed in a car, you're not going to get a ticket. You don't have to worry about getting pulled over for speeding. You know, if you're honest with people, you don't have to worry about getting caught in a fib. or if you're trying to impress somebody and say, oh yeah, I've done this or I've done that. Well, maybe you really haven't, and then they expect you to be able to do it. And then you're like, yikes, you're trying to find things on Google on how to fake it. Be honest, stay honest. It's very important. When you have a job and you get a job and all these things, you've put yourself together and you get this job, whatever it is, be good to your peers. Help your peers, be helpful. People like working around people that are helpful, that are pleasant, that are good to work with, who know what they're doing. And when you help your peers and you see them doing good work, say, hey, nice job. Hey, that was really good you did on that. Praise your peers. Praise them. Say, hey, that thing you did, whatever it was, that shelf you stocked, or that wall you painted, or that car you washed, or whatever it is. Say, hey, that was a nice job on that, man. Way to go. It helps somebody feel good. And doesn't it feel good to make people feel good? I mean, I go through my day. I work at an elementary school library. I deal with kids kindergarten through 6th grade, and about 400 to 500 of them. And when they come in the library, I'm teaching them how to use the library, how to pick out books, how to judge the books that they know how to use. So that's where my expertise and my knowledge comes in. And I'm teaching kindergartners how to make those decisions, right? And the kindergartners are looking to me as the expert or the professional, okay? But do I have to impress them by wearing a suit and tie? No. I mean, when my kids were in 6th grade playing AAU basketball, I used to wear a shirt and tie. Everybody thought I was crazy. Saturday morning at South Medford High, or North Medford High, and all the other coaches are there in their flip-flops and, beach shorts and all that, and I'm wearing a suit and tie. My players would wear their jackets, their shirts, and their carry bags. They started developing that professionalism by seeing it modeled in me. And that's exactly why I did it. I want that image to go to the kids, just like at the library. I want those kids to come in and respect books, look for them, like them, enjoy them. And so how you carry yourself like that with yourself and with your peers is very important to being professional. That's really what we're talking about. It's all about making yourself who you are and stick to it. And as part of that with your peers, if you see somebody struggling doing something and you might know a way around it or you've done it before, offer help. People love when you offer help from your heart. Not like, hey, dummy, let me show you how to do that. It's like, hey, man, I tried this one time and it worked. Let me show you. It's really cool. It'll save you some time. People love being helped like that when it's an honest effort from the heart. Be helpful. Be like that. People will want to work with you. And that's what you want in your thing. And when they do the same, if you're stuck on something, be able to accept help. Because a lot of people are, no, I got it. I'll figure it out. No, accept help. I mean, not only is it going to save you some time, it might save you doing it over or having to, get some more material or whatever to do it again. And when somebody teaches you something or helps you with something, say thank you. Be appreciative. Don't give false thanks to people, but look at them and say, hey, thank you. I really appreciate you showing me how to do that. It's going to help me down the road, save a lot of time. Be appreciative. And one of the things, and tell them thank you too. I mean, that's very important. One of the biggest things about it is always keep a smile on your face and keep a smile on your heart. Everybody has bad days. Everybody didn't sleep last night. Everybody had a baby keeping them up. Everybody had a dog that went to the bathroom on the carpet. Okay, but stuff happens. Okay, one of those happened to me in the last week, but I won't tell you which one. I have a new puppy. So anyway, when you do, don't let the day get to you. Stay above it. One of the things, the people that have always worked with me is they've always liked the fact that I'm always very positive. I'm always very happy with people. I'm always smiling. I'm always, telling jokes. I'm always complimenting people. And people like that. That's being very professional. Okay? It's not phony. And you're not trying to build a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. You're just, you're having a work relationship. Value those relationships with people. So whether you come into a high-paying job in a suit in a bank at a high-rise, or whether you're working in a grocery store, or whether you're working on a car wash, or breaking concrete, or dancing in a V costume for a store, it's all the same. It's make this who you are, to be professional. It's not a scary word. It's a big long word, but it's not a scary word because you can be professional in anything you do. Now, take this, what I've just told you, and think about it, and think about the next move you're making, the next job you're applying for, the next day that you're going to work, the next new person that you meet. How can you apply these things on an easy daily basis. It's not something you have to have notes for. It's not something you have to write down and practice it every night. Just start thinking like that. Think like you're professional, and you will be professional because it becomes embodied in you. And I hope that this has helped in this little series, that you watch these series and little by little you pick up little things here and there to just help us all grow, because we're all in this big planet together. And if we can't help share knowledge and share experiences, why are we here? So that's my little contribution for you today. Thanks for watching.